consider myself a fucking master at this shit when it comes to this boxing shit. And you know, Gervonta can be beat easily, man.
Ooh.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you say he could be beat easily. Why?
Yeah, he could be beat easily because he's just a basic type of dude with a lot of power. Yeah, he could be beat easily because he's just a basic type of dude with a lot of power. If you know boxing like I know boxing, you can take away that power from you and shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. Those were the words of Bomac, the head trainer of Terrence Crawford. Multiple division world champion, undisputed world champion, and current 154-pound world champion Terrence Crawford. That's who I'm talking about, Terrence Crawford. That was his trainer, Bomac. And he gave his perspective on Gervonta Tank Davis. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you to please subscribe to this channel. Please like this video. Please share this video so that the education will reverberate all across the YouTube boxing streets and the community. Now, feel free to leave a comment or two in the comment section below. I would love to hear your feedback on this. Now, Bomac, who is entitled to his own opinion, he's entitled to his own perspective. Okay, so I'm not here to critique or criticize that. I just had a question on something. But before I ask the question, I just trying to figure out something about, Bomac. Maybe he can answer this question. I've been asking this same question, y'all, for literally over 1 year. When I say 1 year, I mean like a year and let's be specific now. About a year and a half now, actually. I've been asking this same question for 1 year and a half. Okay. And I have gotten a litany of answers. Hopefully Bomac can give us a legitimate answer since he is the trainer of Terrence Crawford. But before I ask that question, I just trying to figure something else out too while we're here. Tank Davis. This is just my observation, y'all. Tank Davis is getting criticized from pillar to post, left and right, directly and indirectly from a lot of people in boxing. A lot of YouTubers or content creators that represent the boxing community with regards to the media. I haven't seen anything like it, me personally. I mean, Tank Davis is undefeated, right? There's only about one fighter that I know of right now as a professional that can say that he went the entire distance with Tank Davis and was competitive while doing so. And that was Isaac Cruz, Pitbull, right? And Pitbull haven't really went in and criticized Tank Davis himself. I mean, he did talk about having a rematch with Tank and stuff, right? And I get that. And I understand that. But he didn't like criticize Tank and talk about how easy Tank is and how basic he is. I haven't heard any fighter that been in the ring with Tank Davis and what was it, 30 of them or so, that came out after the fight with Tank Davis and called him basic. And they've been in the ring competing against him as a professional. But BoMac himself is saying that Tank Davis is easy to beat. He's a basic fighter. He just comes forward and he knows how to basically disarm Tank Davis of his power, because that's all Tank has is just power. And I understand BoMac's perspective. He's entitled to have his perspective. But here's what came to my mind. Because, I think underneath the surface, y'all. I think everybody who visited my channel at least once can discover that about me very easily. But here's the thing, right? BoMac said he's a master at this boxing-ish. He used the expletive, and y'all know I don't and I won't. But BoMac said he's a master. Right? Now, what came to my mind when I first heard BoMac saying this about Tank was Errol Spence. Because BoMac is the same one that criticized Errol Spence the same way he's saying about Tank Davis. And he said that Errol Spence was a basic fighter. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? And he basically said that this fight between Crawford and Spence was going to be easy. Right? Now, I had a question. Remember, I told y'all a few minutes ago I was going to ask this question. And now I'm going to ask it right now. If you are a master, BoMac, and look, I've been asking this question for a year and a half, and I'm still waiting for a legitimate answer. If you are a master when it comes to boxing, particularly as a trainer, my question becomes, then why did Terrence Crawford call Victor Conte, and you, the head trainer, allow Victor Conte to be a part of Crawford's camp in his last 4 fights, including 3 out of them 4 when he looked extremely impressive and have done things in that ring that we've never seen him do before? I'm just trying to figure out. Don't get mad at me, some of y'all. I'm just trying to figure out, if you are a master, and I'm not saying you're not, BoMac. I'm not saying you're not a master, but I'm just trying to figure out, if you are a master, then why do y'all have Victor Conte in y'all camp? What did y'all call him for? I'm just trying to figure out, because Terrence Crawford was already a world champion. Right? He had a consecutive knockout streak by TKOing about 9 or 10 of his opponents before he fought Errol Spence, including Sean Porter and David Evanesian. And then, of course, Errol Spence Jr. These are the last 3 fights that Terrence Crawford competed in at 147 pounds. And I mean, the man looked impressive. I'm just trying to figure out, if you are a master, BoMac, then what did y'all call Victor Conte for to enhance Terrence Crawford's performances if he was already good, if he was already great, if he was already undefeated, and if he was already a world champion? Everything in the camp seemed perfect, because you're a master, BoMac. And the fighters that Terrence Crawford competed against, including Errol Spence, just like he's saying Gervonta Tank Davis is, they were all basic. So what did y'all call Victor Conti for? Why did y'all join the snack program again? I'm just trying to figure out. Don't get mad at me, Terrence Crawford fans. I'm just asking BoMac a question. I hope y'all don't mind. We need answers.